What's up guys, it's Mina. So I've been working on this book review video for my channel and I'm really excited about it. It's coming out really well. People have been asking me to do another book review for quite a while since I did that Clippy Erotica video about a year ago. But I kind of forgot that book reviews take forever. They're a ton of work, definitely a labor of love, but I wanted to make something in the meantime. And since this is kind of like a really stressful week for the news cycle, and I myself have been feeling kind of like a little burned out and run down, I just want to do something chill. And I have a new Polly Pocket, and I wanted to show you guys my process for restoring it and caring for it. I haven't really been like collecting Polly Pockets that much in the last couple of months. I don't know, like it's been coronavirus, I've been broke, I've had like other things to spend money on, but that has not stopped me from still browsing eBay and just checking out what's going on with the Polly Pocket listings. And the other day I was browsing and I was like, feeling a little down, a little depressed. It was like 2 in the morning. I was a bit inebriated and I saw this Polly Pocket that was like a really popular listing. It'll say like 1 viewed per hour or whatever. And it was a really good deal and it looked like kind of dirty and having like minor cosmetic issues, but to be in good condition overall. So I bought it, kind of forgot about it. It came in the mail and I remembered when I opened it that I had ordered it. And yeah, sure enough, it's mostly in really good condition. It just needs a little bit of work. So I'll show you guys what it looks like and show you my process for dealing with it. So this is she, and she's so cute. This is called Minnie's Surprise Party. It's part of a whole collaboration that Bluebird, the manufacturer of Polly Pockets, did with Disney in the 90s. They made a whole bunch of Disney-themed Polly Pockets, which I believe were sold at Disney parks. And I really like this one because it looks so close to Minnie's house at Disneyland. And Disneyland is closed right now, you guys. I'm from Orange County, so I grew up going to Disneyland a lot. It's a very emotional thing, and like I said, I was just in a very vulnerable place and I couldn't help it, so I impulse bought it. But it's really, really cute. You can see there's this like little detail of a mailbox, which actually has Minnie's face on it. There's this super cute little porch that I love. And then there's a white picket fence, this super bubbly lamppost, which is kind of fallen down on the job. This is probably from the way that it was stored. Something was pressed against it and it bent it out of shape. Hoping I can fix that. We'll see. There's a wishing well, which has a little bit of paint scraped off. And then if you open it up, you see the inside of the house. And the side panel pulls out. Oh my God. It actually takes kind of a lot of hand strength for a kid's toy, but that's just the way that it's made. You can fold this down and you can see into her kitchen. You can see there's a surprise party going on, presumably for Minnie, or maybe Mickey. It came with both Minnie and Mickey, but I didn't get them because if you want it complete with figures, you have to pay a lot more money than I wanted to for my impulse shopping. So you can see there's like this little landing area with this super cute phone, and there's a picture of Minnie and Mickey together, and then up the stairs, there is Minnie's bedroom. There's a really cute little vanity with a heart-shaped mirror, and I think this is supposed to be where you could store the dolls, but as I said, I don't have them. And then this would light up, I think, the lights on the cake, and also this lamp up here, except there's no battery in here. The person that sold it to me told me that it works, but hopefully it does. We'll find out. There's no battery in it yet. The fridge also opens, which is adorable, except it's super dirty and kind of gross. And then there's this like secret entrance, I guess. I don't really know what the story of that is supposed to be, but it goes to the back of the house and you could put a little figure there if you wanted to. So yeah, and then if you close it up, you'll see it's all very beautiful and compact. And if you look underneath, you'll see Bluebird, 1995, copyright Disney, made in China, of course. So yeah, basically it's just kind of dirty, needs like a bit of a scrub down. I'm gonna try to do something about this lamp. And I need to put batteries in it as well. So I'll show you guys that process. I put a towel down because I was recording this video, but normally I wouldn't do that. Normally I'm not that fancy. So like I said, it's mostly in really good condition. It's just kind of dirty and a little bit scuffed up. So the first thing that I'm going to do to restore it is to go over it for a light brushing with a toothbrush. It's just a dry brush, trying to get all of the dirt off. So now that I've just given it a good once over with this gentle bristled toothbrush, I'm gonna get into the details a little bit more with some cotton swabs. Gross. I'm like 2/3 of the way done. Look at that. That is gross. Alright, well, it's not the worst I've seen for just a dry brush, but ew, that's pretty gross. This is probably in part because of the way that the child played with it, because kids are just kind of messy with their toys, but also it's probably from the way that it was stored. If you guys have any toys that you're trying to save, be really careful with the way that you're storing them, because even in like a regular plastic tote, unless your garage or attic or whatever is really, really clean and dust free, shit's gonna work its way in there over the years, and you'll open it up again to find it like really dirty and disgusting. And I try not to think too much about like the stuff that's on these things, but like, yeah, they get pretty rough. So now that we've gone over it, just to get off the bigger, looser particles, there's still some like just crust on this. You can see like on the banister and kind of like in the crevices of the wood, there's just gunk, and like kind of on the outside, and like maybe you can see it on here. So I'm gonna make a paste that is just baking soda with a little bit of water, and I'm going to use my toothbrush to gently brush it on, avoiding, of course, the stickers, which are paper and will get ruined if they get wet, and let it dry and then brush it off again. Alright, so I have prepared my baking soda paste. It's just a bit of baking soda with a little bit of water, enough to make kind of a thick paste, not really exact measurements here. And I also decided while I was at it, I heated up some water in this mug from my childhood, and I'm going to take out the lamppost and let it soak in there. I was thinking that if I put it in warm but not hot water and let it soak for a while, Hopefully it will help to soften the rubber a little bit, and it'll kind of like allow it to be more malleable, and then I can rubber band it to a hard surface, and hopefully that'll help it like re-solidify in a more upright shape. I don't know if it'll work. There's definitely like a whole Polly Pocket restoration community, but I could not find any tutorials on this, so I am just winging it. We will see how it goes. Alright, so I said I was gonna go in with the toothbrush, but I kind of lied. I changed my mind. I'm gonna go in with Q-tips instead. Alright, so I'm going to give that a couple of minutes to do its thing. I ended up using 3 Q-tips on this baking soda step. They're disgusting. I don't know how much of the dirt is showing up on camera, but this Polly Pocket was just kind of like crusty, and it just looks way, way better now that I've gone over it with the baking soda. There's a little bit more that wasn't quite coming off, so I'll have to try other cleaning methods for that, but I think most of it's coming off with the baking soda, which is good because it's a really gentle abrasive and you don't have to worry as much about it dulling the shine of the plastic. So while I'm letting this dry, I will check on the mailbox, the moment of truth. Alright, it's a little bit softer, but I think maybe more time to soak. I think it just needs to soften like a little bit more, and then I'll try rubber banding it, and I'm gonna have to let it sit probably for a little while. But I think it is kind of like starting to come along, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just imagining it or what. Alright, so now it's time to go over with my dry brush, just get off the rest of the baking soda. Alright, so after a small eternity and roughly 10 billion Q-tips, I think I have finished all my detail work, although it's hard to tell because you do tend to see more and more of it the more you look at it. I think mostly what's left is kind of the stuff that's like stuck on there. Like, for example, there's this like, these two like funky spots on the bottom. And so I have an X-Acto knife and I'm going to attempt to just very gently scrape some of that out of there without, of course, gouging the plastic or stabbing myself, hopefully. So at this point, I pulled my little lamppost out of the water and it is feeling a bit more bendy and springy. So I'm just gonna give it a really quick rub down with a Q-tip and some of the baking soda mixture. Like everything else on this Polly Pocket, it's just a bit crusty. I've decided that probably something was spilled on this based on the fact that there seems to be a lot of gunk of this like brownish red color kind of all over everything and way in the details. So that's my theory. Something got spilled on this and that's why it's so gross. And then I'm going to take a rubber band, maybe two. And I'm just going to try to affix it to the rubber band container. Alright, now I've kind of bent it into the shape that I want it to be. It's not perfectly up and down, but that's kind of okay because it's a very like bubbly cartoon house kind of Polly Pocket anyway, so I think it sort of works if it's a little bit crooked anyways. So I don't know how long this will have to set. I'm gonna have to wait probably a while. We'll see, I'll check up on it. Alright, so at this point I feel like I've gotten it to a pretty good point. I've gotten most of the marks off, or did a ton of detailing work. It really does look a lot better, and I'm not sure how much of it shows up on camera, but it feels almost like new. I couldn't get all of these little marks out at the bottom, but pretty close, I think. Feeling pretty good about it. So other than the lamppost, which I'm still kind of waiting to see if it'll take on the shape I want, I have to put a battery in and test out the electronics and hope for the best because I have nothing but the seller's word that they actually work. So they mentioned also that the screw was rusty. I guess I could go to the hardware store and get one that's an exact match that isn't rusty, but like, I really don't care that much. I have a nice slotted screwdriver instead of Phillips like they have, but it's all good. Okay, well, that looks pretty good. It doesn't look corroded, which is a good sign for the electronics working. It does, however, say 15 volt on the little battery icon that's printed in there. I don't know what that means. It looks like AAA sized, but normally it would just say AAA. So let's try this out with a AAA battery, and I'm praying that it will work. Alright, it's the moment of truth. I have procured a AAA battery. And let's all just take a little moment, say a little prayer, and here we go. It fits. Oh, it fits. Okay, that's a good sign. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, a couple of days has passed and my mailbox has been strapped to this plastic thing, so it should be just about the shape I want it to be, and yes, it is. It's like not perfectly straight, but it's fine because it's just kind of cartoonish. So I'm gonna put it back into its place, and voila. I really like it, and I'm really excited that I figured out how to fix this because it's a pretty common problem when you buy Polly Pockets used to have little pieces like this be bent. So now I know what to do with the other Polly Pockets that I have that have this problem. So now it's the moment of truth, testing out the lights to see if they work. Alright, I tried to close some blinds so that there would be less light coming into the room, but I don't know if it actually shows up on camera. Hopefully you can see what happens when I do this. Alright, let's test it out. So, first click, nothing. Second click, you can see the light in the second floor window. Yay, it works. And let's open it up. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but you can see that the second floor lamp is lit up from the bottom. It looks really cool, it just doesn't show up that well on camera. And then the next click lights up both the floor lamp and also the birthday cake lights, but that doesn't really show up very well either. And then the next click, I don't know, it doesn't do anything. And then I assume this is the last one, it lights up just the birthday cake, which is super cute. And just like that, I declare this mission a success. And oh, she is beautiful. There you have it. That's my method for restoring gross, crusty Polly Pockets that I buy off the internet. Wash your hands throughout that entire process. So I hope you guys like that. I don't know how much it looks like when it's all edited together, but it's definitely kind of a lot of detail work. It takes a while, but it is very soothing work. Like, I feel very relaxed now. So if you guys like this, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more of these. Subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!